Hey everyone, today I'm going to be showing you a cool device called a radial steam turbine, or HERO's engine. I'm going to be trying some different stuff with a steam engine that you might not have seen before. For example, what happens when you put liquid nitrogen in a steam engine? Will it still function properly, and how fast can you get it moving? So the HERO's engine is a really cool steam engine that I like a lot because its mechanism is so simple. You can just see it working and not have to worry about what's going on inside. So this is just a bulb that has some tips on it that are all pointed in one specific direction. And what you do is you just put water in the bulb and then put this cap on. And then once you put the cap on and put a heat source below it, and it'll start heating it until the water inside becomes water vapor. And at that point, it will expand really quickly and it will shoot out of these little nozzles here at a high speed. And because they're all pointing in the same direction, it's gonna start spinning like this. And what's cool about this is there's kind of no limit to the speed at which it can get going. As long as there's not a lot of friction, it'll just keep going faster and faster and faster as long as there's water shooting out the ends there. And the reason it can do that is because the speed at which the steam shoots out of it is only relative to the nozzle. And so even if it's rotating extremely fast, the speed shooting out of the nozzle will still be the same relative to the nozzle. Let's try it out in its regular mechanism and see if we can get it to work actually. And then I'm gonna try liquid nitrogen in it. Okay, we just put the water in it like normal and heat it up, and let's see what happens. Whoa, there it goes. Whoa, it's going super fast. You can tell how fast it's actually spinning here when I drop something in slow motion next to it. Now what's neat about this is I'm currently using a heat source to make the steam shoot out the nozzles, but I don't have to use a heat source specifically. I can actually just put it in my vacuum chamber with regular water, and it should boil that water inside and get it to turn without any input of heat from a flame. So let's put it in the vacuum chamber and see if we can get it to spin without a flame below it. Okay, 3, 2, 1. There it goes. Steam engine moving without a heat source. It still works in the vacuum chamber. Now granted, it's not spinning as fast as it was when I had the flame under it. That's because the boiling is actually taking away heat from the bulb itself. And so it's actually cooling down, and it's eventually gonna get slower and slower and slower and not boil as quickly. And eventually the water would just freeze inside of it. Okay, now we're gonna let the air back in, see what happens. No more boiling. So it worked regularly, it worked in the vacuum chamber. Now let's put liquid nitrogen inside of it. So obviously nitrogen is normally a gas at room temperature. So when it expands, it's going to expand very quickly with a lot of volume. So basically the environment around it is going to supply the heat, and it's going to very rapidly boil that liquid nitrogen. Let's see what happens. Okay, so this is completely filled with liquid nitrogen now. Whoa. Whoa. It's working. Holy cow. This is so fast. Oh crap, I can't stop it. Whoa. That was awesome. Another thing that's really neat about this engine here is it actually has some practical uses. As I showed here, you don't have to use steam to make it turn. If you can just blow air or any gas through it, it's gonna start spinning extremely fast. So they actually use the same mechanism on the tip of some rotor blades on helicopters, and it helps those rotor blades spin extremely fast. And what's cool about it is it doesn't apply torque to the helicopter. So in some applications, they use compressed air with jet engines to blow air, hot air out of the nozzle tips at the tip of the rotors, and they can make the helicopter spin and even fly just from that mechanism itself. For example, I can make a makeshift helicopter by just sticking a balloon onto a mini rotor like this that has fan blades on it, and the gas from the balloon will be expelled through the nozzles and it'll make it fly up in the air. Hey everyone, thanks for watching another episode of the Action Lab. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And also you can hit the bell so that you can be notified when I release my latest video. And don't forget to turn on your YouTube notifications or you won't be notified. And you can check out theactionlab.com to see the Action Lab experiment boxes and experiment book. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.